What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Episode of Niners News. My name is Zach Hernandez. As always, joined by my co-host, Matt Llewellyn. We're not doing the Red and Gold Center podcast episode, guys. Just doing a quick episode of Breaking Niners News. Matt, as Rolls said it here, what an incredible day in Niner history. They got Fred Warner locked up. How are you feeling about this?
I'm feeling great, man. We finally have some news to get to, by the way. We've been wanting to bring you Niners news, but it's been the slow season. Not anymore. 5-year deal, $95 million with $40.5 million guaranteed. It was tweeted out by all the big heavy hitters today, Rappaport, Schefter, all those guys. So they lock up somebody who, it seems like he's been a top 49er for a long time. And yet I look and he's 24 years old. It's just so insane. And we'll get to people who are poo-pooing this deal, particularly someone who writes for 538, but great day. Fred Warner's one of my favorite players. And it honestly feels to me like, a lot of us in the group chat, and I know a lot of people out there ahead of time when they drop those 75th anniversary red throwback jerseys, I feel like all of us got a Fred Warner, and it just seems like that jersey luck is paying off. Maybe they saw the uptick in sales and were like, well, we better lock them down now. So I couldn't be more excited. Zach, how you feeling about it?
Yeah, man, I'm hyped. We were just talking about before we went on. It seems like hopefully this means our jersey luck is changing.
Yep.
We got it. And I know I'm not the only one who doesn't like to get a jersey for a player that's not signed. It's like a lot of people have that rule, only previous players, legends, just to be safe. But I really do like this extension, 6 days before heading into camp. Gets a huge priority that was on the table all offseason, off the table. The 49ers can go into the season now with some security, knowing Fred Warner's staying. No matter what, They don't have to worry about that. Were you surprised they got it done with Jimmy still on the roster, Matt?
Kind of. It depends on how it's structured, and I know Rolls is saying that it won't kick in until 2023. I haven't seen the structure yet, but, Parag, he loves playing that 4D chess in a checkers world, so... and a lot of us in the offseason were concerned, the dip in salary cap because of COVID. We're carrying Jimmy. We traded some picks to draft Trey Lance, so that's gonna keep us from doing whatever. And it just seemed like from the word go, the Trent Williams domino fell, the Alex Mack domino fell. Now we get Fred Warner done. We were able to re-sign our secondary. We were able to trade up for Trey Lance, and Jimmy is still on the books. And I'm convinced that Jimmy's $27 million is keeping that, extension nice and warm for Nick Bosa when that comes up. So he's going to be eligible after 2022. And that's where they're going to start looking, and then they're going to get the bump in the salary cap post-pandemic. And honestly, the way that they do business here in San Francisco, it's really cool to see. And so that front-loading Jimmy's contract with the guaranteed money looks like a genius move at this point because they can move on at any point, and it didn't keep them from signing or re-signing any of the guys that they really wanted.
Yeah, seriously, and it just seems like the way a lot of fans were upset at first because they gave Jimmy a lot of money right away, but now they're so flexible. They can do whatever they want. They really can't keep him on. And Steve's comment here, Warner actually took money off the cap this year, which is nice. Yeah, that really does help. I was going through some of these tweets, and it really does seem like the Niners had a pretty spectacular offseason, if I don't say so myself. It's from Chris Biederman. Trent Williams, left tackle, signed 6-year, $138 million. Trade 3 first-round picks to get Trey Lance, and now they've signed Fred Warner to a $90.5 million contract. Hell of an offseason.
And look at the other moves that they made. They were able to bring back Jaquiski Tart on a team-friendly deal because of the injury. That also allowed them to pick up Tony Jefferson as some insurance. On top of that, they bring back Emmanuel Mosley on that restricted free agent tender, but they were also able to get Jason Verrett back and also able to get K1 Williams back. So, And you're kind of kicking the can down the road, but at least for this season, they brought everybody back that they needed to. They draft Ambry Thomas in the third round to kind of, okay, now we can shore up a little bit of a secondary spot there. They draft Hufanga to kind of put him back in the safety spot. Interior offensive line was a question. So they go out and they sign a guy who knows Kyle Shanahan's system and Alex Mack to shore up the center spot at least for a year or two. And then they draft 2 interior linemen in the draft, led by that monster of a man, Aaron Banks. So what they did, I mean, I couldn't be more excited going into this season. We were like, hey, what's going to happen? What are they going to do? We can't go another year with Jimmy. How do we get out of this and that? Jimmy is still on the books and they were still able to do all of those things. Hats off to John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, Parag Marathe, just that whole personnel department. They got it done. And I don't care. Like, nobody can give the 49ers anything less than an A+ for this offseason.
Yeah, I totally agree. I did find the contract breakdown, so I'm going to pull it up right here. This is from Akash over at Niners Nation. So I'm pulling it up. So you can see here, base salary for 2021, $920,000 with a $2.7 million prorated bonus. So his cap number for 2021 is 3.63. And then next year, the base salary kicks up to 2.5 with a bonus of $5 million. 2023 base salary 12.9 with a bonus of $5 million. What do you make of this? Is any of this surprising to you?
Really, what this does is 2023, they're probably going to carry that number as is because the salary cap's going to go up. Really, what I'm looking at 2024, what I think they're going to do is tack a couple years on and push it back even further. And they're going to be able to do that. They might take a bigger hit up front. Maybe he'll get a signing bonus where they can eat the cap. But I think they're going to offload the back end of that contract. Because when you look at this entire thing, they're adding 5 years to what he has. So the 2021 salary is kind of essentially, I think I'm not sure how they did it. It looks like they might have pushed back the bonus that he would have gotten. But the new money is all 2022 and after. So it's a 5-year extension, which means he's going last year of his rookie deal this year. And they look like they're going to push back some of the bonus. But yeah, I mean, it's a great deal. He's super young. I know this says 2021 is the age 25 season. I don't know when he turns 25, but as it stands right now, he's 24. So that 2026 year is going to be his 29-30 season. You can tack on a couple of years if he can stay healthy, which he has. He's played 51 out of a possible 51 games for the team. So man, what an exciting day.
Yeah, it really is good for a team that's been so just injury struck, such horrible luck, snake bitten.
Yeah.
Fred Warner is the epitome of staying healthy, being a good player on and off the field, being a role model. And you really couldn't have asked for more, especially being a 3rd-round pick out of a school like BYU. The 49ers have this nose for linebackers. I don't know what it is. Through different regimes, different front offices, they can draft middle linebackers. And it's fantastic because it's like my favorite position in all of football. But it really does say something about this culture. They're able to they reward their guys with high-paying contracts when they perform well. I don't even know who it was. Some blue check mark on Twitter today was talking about, oh, you got Fred Warner in the 3rd round. Why not just draft another player like him in the 3rd round this year?
That was the guy from 538 that I was talking about.
Okay.
And he was also the guy who was like, man, they're going to regret that contract. He's only an off-ball linebacker. And it's like, dude, that's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. I know. I'm like,
I don't know.
What a crazy concept. Just draft elite players in the late rounds. Like, nobody ever thought of that before, right?
Yeah. Also, guys, I know in the comments you're talking about Eric Armstead's contract. Listen, this is the big year for Eric Armstead's contract. This is one of the most expensive years that he's going to have. And then the cap number goes down after that. So I don't think they're going to move off of him because he just gets cheaper and cheaper after year. After 23, his cap is going to be under 10 million per year. So, it falls. He has base salaries, but the guaranteed money. So they're going to be able to restructure him. They're going to be able to do stuff with him. Don't look at the money that's like the AAV salary. That doesn't matter. The dead cap and the savings are all that matters in terms of contracts. They front loaded Eric Armstead's contract too. So it seems like they're kind of alternating because George Kittle gets more expensive as it goes on. And Eric Armstead gets less expensive, and that was very similar to Jimmy's deal. And now you're looking at Fred Warner, who looks like he's going to get more expensive as the contract goes on. But it's like they're alternating these things and fitting it in where they can, and they're kind of just they're putting puzzle pieces together that us as the fans we weren't able to see, and that allows them to have some flexibility. Knock on wood, in case there is any injuries. I know we saw Cam Akers go down for the Rams, so you never know. Things happen, but I mean, the best linebacker in football gets paid like it, so it's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So he surpasses Seattle's Bobby Wagner on the top average per year.
Yeah. He'll be top for like 3 days. Until Darius Leonard gets paid, and then that'll change. Yep.
So, I mean, he's completely deserving of it. And we talked about already, it is a bit of a shock they got it done with Jimmy. Now, the 49ers, they're clearly building something here, Matt. And the culture doesn't mean anything that the players are looking to buy in. I mean, obviously, anybody puts $90 million in front of you, these players are more likely going to take it. But it didn't seem like any hesitation on Warner's side to want to test his value in the free agency, maybe play out his rookie season, the end of his rookie contract.
They can see what's going on here. Yeah. They can see the culture. They can see the coaches. They can see what the team is building. And, again, he's the highest paid at his position in football. So there's really not much. I mean, to test the free agent market for what? Hey, Rolls, that's not true, man. That's not true. After this season, they can cut him and make cap savings. He goes from a $28 million dead cap in 2021 to 16.5 next year with a cap savings of 3.5. After that, it's 11.5 and a cap savings of 10.2. 2024, it's 6.5 with a cap savings of 16.7. So really, Armstead after this season becomes infinitely more affordable. The AAV goes up in terms of what his salary is, but it's a non-guaranteed salary. Most of his guaranteed money is done after this year.
I'm going to pull up some of the comments here.
Yeah. Go ahead. I was going to say, if you want, you can pull it up. It's on Over the Cap.
All right. I'll pull that up right now. So I have it. Let me share my screen.
And going back to Warner, the players here, they see what's being built. Lynch got extended. Shanahan got extended. There's a new quarterback in the building. Joey says it perfectly. They know the culture. They know the plan. There's no reason to go see if the grass is greener on the other side of the fence when you're swimming in a forest where you're at. So, 2021, they would lose $15.6 million by cutting him pre-June 1st. Now, post-June 1st trades, that all is up to speculation and stuff, but we're talking about most salary cuts are going to happen pre-June 1st because you want to get them out of the way before the draft, before training camp, all that stuff. So post-June 1st, there's definitely going to be some differences, but this is very similarly structured to the Jimmy contract where most of that guaranteed is up front. So,
yeah. Yep.
Now moving on, because we do have Fred Warner. The other news of the day is that Trey Sermon signed his rookie deal. And we'll get to the other Trey, Melissa, because I don't think quite yet. The more that I look at the numbers that were reported, the less that, yeah.
It doesn't. So it seemed like it was just
seem right.
Unsubstantiated rumors,
right?
But hopefully soon. I mean, camp's right around the corner. So Matt, let me ask you this, because this is something I still kind of get caught up with myself. These contracts for rookies are all predetermined based off of where you're selected. Why are there ever holdups?
Offset language, how much? So it'll be, are you paying the signing bonus in one installment? Are you spreading it out over two? But like the guaranteed money is pretty much set. And I'm looking at Trevor Lawrence's deal right now. And he's getting 4 years, 36.8 with 21 guaranteed, or I'm sorry, 24.1 guaranteed. So when I saw the reports that Lance was getting a fully guaranteed contract, it kind of set off alarm bells in my head where I really didn't believe what I was hearing. So I couldn't find any reputable people. It was going around on some of those, like, Niners 24/7, whatever, like we are Niners, blah, blah, blah. But no reputable Rappaport, Schefter, Glazer, nobody's said anything about it. So in terms of what I'm, looking at, and, I see people like David Lombardi talking about how it could be at the end of this week. Matt Mioko's talking about it too. It sounds like he's not quite signed yet. I expect him to be signed, but it just hasn't happened yet. I think they want to let, the Warner, because everybody's excited about Trey Lance, but you want to let the Warner news kind of breathe a little bit. You can sign Trey Sermon, who's a third-round running back, and kind of not step on Warner's toes. But I think they want, to let this marinate before they announce Trey Lance signed.
Yeah. Just going over some of the comments here. Yeah, not yet. This is the contract breakdown of Trey Sermon, $4.9 million total, the signing bonus of $904,000. 2021 salary cap is about $886,000.
So cheap. That's so cheap.
For a potential starting running back. Oh, yeah. There's a couple people here that have asked our thoughts on the Nsimba Webster signing, wide receiver. I think they claimed him off of practice squad from the Rams. I don't have much to share on this. Seems like more of a camp body.
Yep. That's just somebody to be there.
Yeah. 5'10", 180, been in the league 3 years out of Eastern Washington. So,
yeah.
Is that Eastern Washington? That's where Bourne and Cooper Kupp went, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah. And he could stick. I mean, Raheem Mostert stuck, but until something happens, I just really don't. It's not something that I get super excited about in terms of trying to figure out who somebody is before they do something.
Yeah, I mean, especially these practice squad level guys. They're most likely not going to be on the roster long. No disrespect, obviously, but let's see. Yeah, I can't imagine they don't get the Lance deal announced shortly. Steve says, per sources, Lance will be signed before the season. That's pretty bold.
Per sources, water is wet.
That's funny.
Yeah, on Niners news, we don't dislocate our shoulders to pat ourselves on the back. So we just try to bring you non-spin, whatever. So Rolls Royce asking, did Banks get signed? Aaron Banks was the first rookie to sign his deal. I think his was like 4 years, 7-point-something million.
Okay. We're not going to be on long, guys. We just wanted to hop on, do a quick episode of Niners news. It's been so long. We've only been doing the Red and Gold Standard podcast because there's not much news happening. Now that the season's coming back shortly and news is kind of pumping up or every couple of minutes, we will be bringing you Niners news in addition to the Red and Gold Standard podcast. So just make sure you're subscribed to catch it all. Once we reach 2,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away a 49ers jersey here on YouTube. Also on Twitter, you can go and hit that follow button at 49ers Hive. Once we reach 10,000 followers, we're going to give away another 49ers jersey there. There's 2 chances to win a 49ers jersey. You could get a throwback Warner for all I care. I mean, it's whoever wins gets to pick. So subscribe here, follow on Twitter.
And that was Rolls Royce asking if that's confirmed. Yes, that is confirmed. It's 4 years, $7.074 million, $2.5 million signing bonus for Aaron Banks. And hey, this is a shorter show. I know we got questions in there. Rolls. Yeah. Listen, this is just a midweek breaking news update. We didn't want to wait till the weekend. We felt like this was important enough to jump on. We're still doing our show at the end of the week, so you guys are still going to get a full Red and Gold Standard podcast. Don't worry. This is just something that we wanted to do. Think of it as like a little bonus episode. And once training camp, which starts players report on Tuesday for the 49ers, we're really going to be, pumping out videos for the week. So
yeah. High and by show. Yeah.
It is a high and by show. It's Wednesday, guys. We got work and stuff. So
exactly. But I think that's going to do it. Like Melissa says, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Best news of the day. Fred Warner is a 49ers.
Absolutely.
For the next 5 years. At least.
At least. We love it. We love having you guys here. We're going to bring you more Niners news. Tune in for the Red and Gold Standard podcast this weekend. So until next time, go Niners.